This is the Fox 25 News at 5.
They fought the wars that have kept you free. Fox 25 recently went on an honor flight, a trip to Washington, D.C. for veterans to see the war monuments honoring their sacrifice.
And tonight I want to introduce you to one of the men who risked his life during the Vietnam War. He shares his thoughts after visiting the memorial honoring his friends who didn't survive. At just 19 years old, Gary Monks became one of the 1.8 million young men drafted into service during the Vietnam War, a war that would ultimately cost more than 58,000 service members their lives. While serving in the Army, Gary was assigned a very dangerous job on a two-man spy helicopter.
Our job was just to go in and get shot at, so we could find the enemy and find out where they was at.
It was a job he unfortunately did too well.
It was February 26, 1971 that I was shot down in Laos.
You just can't forget that day.
Oh, I can never forget that day. It's etched deep into my memory.
On that day, Gary and the pilot were plucked from the sky. About half of the almost 12,000 helicopters in service during the war were shot down. Gary's helicopter crashed into the ground so hard his pilot was knocked unconscious.
And so I fell on top of him to knock the breath back into him and get him back up.
In order to survive, they had to run for their lives.
My pilot threw a smoke grenade and we just started running.
Running to escape death or certain capture from the Viet Cong is something Gary will never forget.
All I know is my life was flashing before me in front of my eyes. And I had another Cobra helicopter that was shooting around the area so they could come in and extract us out.
Gary survived and was awarded a Purple Heart for his service, but admits it's tough living with the knowledge that he's the last person to survive being shot down.
The rest of all of our helicopters was shot down and nobody ever made it out alive.
49 years after surviving the Vietnam War, the Oklahoma Warriors honored Gary with a trip to Washington to see the memorial honoring his friends who did not survive.
To take me from Oklahoma here, this is just fantastic as it can be.
With him on his journey, his daughter, Michelle Owen.
He's a very strong person. He's incredible and very strong, and I'm very proud of him.
And even though he lives with PTSD from the war, moments like this are helping to heal his wounds.
They say we can't hold it inside ourselves like a bubble and push it down and try to pretend it's not there, because it's going to surface when you don't even expect it.
And teaching Michelle that her father is a true hero.
I'm so very proud of him. He's my father and he's my hero.
And if you would like some more information on the Oklahoma Warriors, the group making this possible completely through donations, you can visit our website at okcfox.com. In the meantime, stick with Fox 25 because we have two more stories featuring some of the veterans from that flight.
What a great trip for them.
Good stuff.
Well, still to